Hello and thank you for joining me. Today I have another quick unboxing. As you guys can see, this was sent in from North Mountain Blade. And just want to give a quick shout out to Shane for sending this out for me to check out. Now, this is the Kickstop Chop. And as you guys can see, it says titanium alloy. So I'm going to find out exactly where that titanium is. But it has the SLD Magic Blade, which North Mountain Blade is famous for, and it comes in red G10, which is not a popular color, but I am excited for it. And if you guys are interested in picking anything up from North Mountain Blade, you can use my discount code Nathans and get anything on their website with a 10% discount. So definitely go check them out. Highly recommend them. They make some really great products. And you do get a sticker, their business card, a cleaning cloth, and ooh, this is really nice. I think this is new. You get extra hardware, so that is really cool. Put that aside, and also want to mention that if you guys don't know too much about their blade steel, here's some information. You guys can pause it and check it out, but it comes in at the 60 to 61 HRC, which is really nice. And just a little bit of explanation of how they do things. But I'm really excited to get this in hand. Get a nice hard case, which is clear. That's really cool. And here we are. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, red is not really used a lot. But I do like red on a blade or a knife, especially if the blade is dark. I think it has a good contrast. Now I did check these out at SHOT Show, and they were really interesting. But we can actually get a closer look here. That's a really, really nice red. Definitely on the deeper side, which I think it looks really, really good. We do have some texture on the outer side of the scales. And you can see that it is heavily contoured. I really like the layers of the G10. Almost looks like Damascus or Timascus in the light. Now the only form of deployment is the flipper tab, which is the Kickstop tab, which is nicely jimped. And let's fire this thing out and see if this thing is nice and snappy. Oh yeah, so this thing definitely fires out with that kickstop. Super, super smooth. It's definitely riding on bearings. And I'm going to give you guys a closer look of this kickstop here. So let's see exactly where it engages. So definitely more than halfway the kickstop tab engages and locks into place. And definitely no wiggle with it. So that's nice and solid. And as you guys can see, it disappears, which is just really, really cool. I don't know how they figured this out, but definitely an interesting mechanism. I might as well do a video later exactly how this thing works. So expect a disassembly video on this knife. But yeah, interesting setup. Almost looks like it has bearings in there, or just bushings, washers. Yeah, that's interesting, but very, very snappy action, stupid smooth. And let's check out those ergos. Yeah, that feels excellent in hand. Zero hot spots. That pocket, let's check out that pocket clip really quick. Okay, so they did provide you with the pocket clip that doesn't have that weird hump. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Since I have the original chop here, definitely a smaller knife compared to the Kickstop chop. It's that really annoying pocket clip. This one you can definitely feel in hand. Not comfortable at all. So really, really happy that they provided the low profile one. So feels really, really good in hand. Reverse grip. Yeah, that's super good as well. Get a lot of grip with that scallop texture or rock pattern texture around the perimeter of the scales. Looks like they also provide you with a little bit of jimping. It's not that aggressive, Interesting. You can feel it, but it's not really gonna bite into the skin of your thumb. But it's not even really needed, since this really aggressive texture on the G10 really locks you in. And I for sure know you're not gonna slide off this thing. Just really, really good grip. So ergos are good. Access to the liner is really, really easy. Still keeping the lines clean and just enough room to sneak in there on the liner, and beautifully jimped. It's got a really cool pattern, you guys can see there, so really grips the thumb. And also I want to mention that the liners are inset, so I might not be able to create some full custom scales eventually, but I think I can figure something out. And of course the blade is a tanto, and we do have a hollow ground middle section, and the tip is flat ground. Nice swedge at the top. Definitely a very thick blade stock, but since this thing is hollow ground, it's definitely gonna be a slicer. I'll definitely grab some paper to see how this thing slices. Beautiful, beautiful hamon with that core steel. You can see they have like a 3-tone finish with that sandblasted satin horizontal finish on the flats, and then kind of a vertical satin finish on the bottom section. I don't know how they do it, but I think it looks really, really good. And let's take a closer look at the hardware here. Very simple, so you have two things holding this thing together, which is really nice. You do have a nice pivot collar, which I believe is titanium. I'm gonna grab my magnet here. Okay, so that's steel. More than likely the pivot collars are steel, but obviously the hardware is steel. Oh wow, okay, so pocket clip is actually titanium. That's pretty cool. Same with the backspacer, and I just realized it has a backspacer with a really interesting pocket for your lanyard. Definitely hidden. It's not a big ugly hole through the blade or the back section of the handles, which is a plus. So this is definitely upgraded, because typically they use brass. They even anodize it a golden color. Same with the pocket clip. Definitely had me fooled. I thought it was steel. But that's really nice. Now I'm curious to see what that liner is. Okay, so the liner is steel. So I'm assuming that's what the package meant. Some titanium alloy, meaning pivot collar, backspacer, and pocket clip. And I'm assuming this is T8 everywhere. So the pivot, yeah, T8, body screw, T8, and then, yeah, so the screws for the pocket clip are T8. So they definitely stepped up their game on the hardware, so that is awesome to see as well. Now they will provide you with different colors of G10 on the website, which I think is awesome. They're definitely listening to the consumers. And again, I think North Mountain Blade is killing it, especially with the collaborations. And I did see a collaboration with Strider Knives. I got footage of that knife. I'll put it up here in the corner. You guys can look at it really quick. But really, really interested in that model. But I got to say, the kickstop chop is really, really well executed. And that action is just really, really, really dialed in. Very snappy, and what a cool feature to eliminate that and keep the lines clean when it is opened. It's beautifully done. And since I have a few models next to me from North Mountain Blade, we'll do a quick size comparison. Here is the Chop 2, a great button lock knife. It's got the plunge lock, but done very, very well. This is another knife I'd highly recommend, but definitely a bit bigger than that. And since this is the chop, kickstop chop, we'll look at the original chop, which is a lot smaller, and really, really love this thing as well, but definitely bigger. I'd say about an inch bigger. This one is super comfortable in hand, other than that annoying pocket clip. I wish they would just provide you with their original, or it's got that nice little lip going up. And this is deployed with just a front flipper tab, which is executed very well by North Mountain Blade. And I kind of wish that they put a front flipper tab on this one, but it looks like it would have messed with some tolerances. So not upset. Really love that kickstop flipper tab. Just super, super clean. Let me know what you guys think down below. Always appreciate your guys' input. And quickly, let's check out how sharp this thing comes. I'll do my best to try to cut some paper on camera, but yeah, with that hollow grind, very, very sharp. Let's see if I can get the tip to cut here. Oh yeah, so super, super sharp, which I am not surprised. I've never had any issues with North Mountain blade edges, but again, super slicey with that hollow grind. If you guys are interested in picking one of these up, do not forget to use my discount code Nathans. You will get 10% off on their website. Just figured I'd save you guys a couple bucks. But thank you for watching. I really appreciate the support. And I will see you guys on the next one.